on the road right now as well. I am in the STO, the race-oriented or the track-oriented Huracan. Next to me, I have the Urus Performante, which is also going to come into India. And then behind us, we have the Huracan Technica and the topless Huracan as well. The Spider, and it's just such a glorious sight. This car is largely about this engine. The naturally aspirated goodness delivers 640 horsepower, and genuinely speaking, it's one of the best that we have come to experience, and very soon this is going to be a thing of past. In fact, internal combustion engine is definitely going to come to an end, but you will live very happily knowing that this engine existed. And yes, there are other very glorious engines as well from other manufacturers, but this one is definitely going to go down in the history books as one of the finest that Lamborghini did. Oh yes! You know, the moment you get on the throttle and you start being a little naughty with the car, the exhaust, it comes alive. The pops and the bangs, they just fill the cabin in such a beautiful way. Your ears tingle, and the tingle in joy. Get on the throttle and there is a little bit of fart that happens, and it's just so addictive. And this gearbox itself is also extremely nice in itself. Made into the car's nature, and the way the part is delivered in a very good way. And yeah, it's a perfect part to do it in some ways. I can shift into third gear, but I don't want to because the engine's noise is fantastic. Oh yes! But we are not doing justice to the STO at all. We are not even driving this at part throttle or quarter throttle. This thing deserves to be on a racetrack, and then we'll be able to exploit the full potential of this machine. Or probably not even that. While we are stopped, I'll also tell you something else about this car. It's almost very forgiving when you're driving it in the city as well. Doing about 60 kilometers an hour in 7th gear, not a problem at all. And this actually can be a very docile experience. You will have to get into the STO mode, not the Trofeo, because Trofeo is definitely a lot louder and the exhaust work overtime. But this, even for city, as a city experience in STO mode, calms down and it just becomes a friendly partner to you. Lamborghini, of course, has done a fair amount to make it more hardcore and a very track-focused weapon. The outside is just completely changed. Almost 70% of the car is complete carbon fiber. The front is more aggressive. You can definitely have a look at the back and you'll see a massive spoiler entertaining your eyes. So in terms of the visual or the aesthetic appeal, this thing is mental in every way. And just to say that the Huracan itself is a very smart and very proper, hardcore looking thing, this just pushes the boundaries to another level. The Huracan has always had a very balanced chassis and it's a very competent car, but with the STO, things get pushed to a completely different level. The performance and the dynamic envelope is immense, and what you get when you get behind the wheel is an experience that is unlike any other Huracan. The intensity with which the power is delivered, the experience with the steering wheel and the brakes, it's almost telepathic. You think and this thing turns, and yeah, it's just all very glorious. Special mention to the suspension, and yes, while we are driving on very smooth surfaces, very silky smooth tarmac, there are some scratchy surfaces that we have experienced on and off, and over that, of course, you get a sense of what exactly the car is doing, because this thing keeps telling you that you're driving over something of a certain kind. But the way it communicates that to you is extremely confidence inspiring as well. And with a car of this nature, such a focus, you need to have that kind of communication from the suspension because you want to know what is happening at all times. So while there is a reasonable amount of firmness and stiffness to the way this thing drives on the suspension, there is also enough of pliancy that you can exploit on regular roads. Time is going to come when internal combustion engine is just completely going to die, and that will be a very sad day for humanity. But just living with the fact that I was able to drive this engine in different formats and different power tunes, I'm going to die a very happy man.